Things look a little bit different today. Here's the thing. When I started making videos, they didn't look too much different than this. Is it the best camera angle? No, it's not. Does it work? Yes. For those of you who have ever considered getting into content creation, getting into making YouTube videos, podcasts, whatever it is, you can make whatever setup you have work. Don't be afraid to get started just using your phone. That's what I'm shooting on today. That being said, here we are. We've had the PS5 for a weekend. Well, us normies out there have had it for about a weekend. Have had it over a weekend, rather. And I got some footage because I have some stuff that I want to say about the PS5. So let's get into it. Here's my PS5 review thing. I just want to tell you why I like the PS5, okay? Let's get into it. Welcome all fellow wannabes, welcome to the channel. I am Gabriel Fast, I do claim to be the wannabe critic. So as I said before, we've had the PS5 for a few days now. If you were like me, you got started immediately. You started playing as soon as you could, and hopefully you haven't had too many technical difficulties. I've seen some people have had a little bit of issues kind of getting started using it, but for the most part, I think we're safe. You know what I mean? So this is also going to be kind of like a hacks video of sorts because, you know, your average person isn't going to know everything there is to know about the PS5. So let's just get into it. I got a lot I want to say. The ease of access with PS5 is insane. I plugged in my external hard drive. Immediately I was playing my digital games at lightning fast speeds that blew even my PS4 Pro out of the water, which was supposed to have, you know, a lot more power than the regular PS4. But, you know, even like something like loading into Destiny, I was stunned at how quickly I loaded into Orbit. They made it just really easy on all of us who had digital games, and I did in fact buy the digital console. I really like it. I like the slim design. I like that there isn't like kind of a, you know, offset disc tray. I wasn't really crazy about the disc design anyways, and let's be real, we're going all digital eventually anyways. Maybe within this generation, we'll see. For the most part, digital. You know what I'm saying. There's always going to be physical media and stuff like that, I hope. But I love the design of the Slim. It's awesome. So let's get into the launch lineup a little bit. A lot of people opted for Demon's Souls to get into their first game that they were going to play. That's not really my cup of tea, you know what I mean? You know, I'm not a huge Souls guy anyways, you know, and I already have Jedi Fallen Order that I still need to beat. So, you know, I'm not going to throw myself into another one of those experiences, one of which I can't even complete already anyways. There's a solid launch of games that came with the PS5. You got Astro's Playroom, you got Sackboy, which I didn't buy. You got Bugsnax as the PS Plus game for this month. You got both Spider-Man games if you bought the deluxe version of Miles Morales. Miles Morales is absolutely incredible. There's just a solid lineup of games, not to mention if you're a PS Plus member, you get access to all those PS Plus games. So there's a lot of good stuff on there, and there's a lot of value for a variety of people. Part of me thinks that they're going kind of like the Nintendo route a little bit and trying to really appeal to the masses and appeal to the broadest audience possible because, you know, I feel like PS4, you had some family games, you had some family-friendly stuff, but it really kind of seems like they're, from the very beginning, kind of leaning into that more family approach, and really that approach that anyone can pick this thing up and play. Even something like Astro's Playroom feels very Mario-esque, and honestly, in some ways, kind of does Mario a little bit better. I mean, it can definitely rival Mario. I haven't played Sackboy, but I've heard really, really good things about it, and I hear that it kind of does something similar. So that's exciting. You know, whenever you say that, hey, PlayStation's bringing stuff to the table that's Nintendo-esque, I mean, that's kind of a big deal because Nintendo is such a household name anyways, and, you know, even your hardcore gamers usually keep a Nintendo console in their house. Am I right or am I right? But I really, really like the PS5 so far. It checks all the boxes and does all the things that it should do. Although the thing that steals the show, and I'm not the first person to say this, is this bad boy. The DualSense controller, just the design, the innovation on, you know, the DualShock 4, which I thought was a perfect controller, and I still do think it's a perfect controller. It just kind of blows me away what they've done with the haptic feedback and the triggers. There'll be some games you'll be playing. I don't have, you know, a game running right now, but these triggers will actually fight back whenever you're trying to play a game, which is something that I think games and, you know, developers and things have tried to kind of emulate or kind of insinuate with the way they tell their stories. But this is it's just cutting edge. I mean, and even the tech demo with Astro's Playroom, right? There's things that it's trying to convey on the screen that make you feel like you are in the game or a part of the game. Hence the name, the DualSense controller. It's just, I'm really, really impressed with it. I love it. I do have to say the slightly bigger design does kind of cramp up my hands after a while, where I feel like my hands were like the perfect size for the DualShock 4. And I still even use my DualShock 4 on the PS5. But I do think it's a really cool design, a really cool innovation on the DualShock 4. And, it's a great controller. But I find myself stretching my hands a little bit more after using this controller than I do the DualShock 4. So there's that. It's not a bad thing. It's just something I noticed. It feels great overall, and I can't wait to see, how the PS5 versions of games like Destiny are implemented. If you are going to trade in your console, you're a parent, you're trading in for your kids and stuff like that, don't forget, you can still use your DualShock 4 on the PS5. But you can only use the DualShock 4 on PS4 games. You cannot use them on PS5 games. Some people kind of go back and forth on whether they think that's stupid or not. I think it makes sense. I wouldn't want to be stuck in the last generation like some people. All joking aside, I don't know. I just feel like it's awesome that you even get to use the DualShock 4 at all, because it would have made sense to just make you buy a whole bunch of new controllers. It makes sense if you don't want to buy a bunch of DualSenses and you have a couple of kids. You don't got to spend an extra $200 just to play the games that you already own on the controllers that you already own too. Overall, the PS5 is it's really a knockout in terms of quality and in terms of just next gen. I've heard people kind of throw around the term like, oh, this feels like the true next, the real next gen console, blah, 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 blah. I haven't played the Xbox Series X, so I don't know, but what I've experienced, it shows me, yes, we are truly living in next gen, and PlayStation already has a great handle on not only next gen, but has kind of already put a bow and kind of perfected on what made the PS4 so great. Because literally what this feels like to me is literally PS4 Pro with way better fidelity and way better performance. It's like a PS4 Pro 0.5 at this point, simply because we haven't seen just what the tech can do fully. We have quite the spread of things to sample with this launch, and it's kind of insane just how diverse everything feels already. I can't wait to see what happens whenever we get more complex game design implemented with the PS5. It's really, really good. That being said, there are some downsides. Some glitches here and there. The one, there was a point where I loaded up Destiny, and for whatever reason, I own the game, but I had to actually delete the game. It wouldn't automatically download an update file. I mean, this could be a case of the launch blues, so to speak, but, it seems like you pay $400 for a console, it should be able to do everything perfectly right from the very beginning, right? Wrong. No, it does a really good job, but there's only been a few things here and there I'm like, that's kind of weird. And I've heard, kind of experiences. I've heard some horror stories from some other people, and just people I've seen on Twitter that have kind of had some interesting experiences, and people who have just straight up had their PS5 not work. Those are the minority, and those things are going to happen, period. It's a console launch. Like, come on. I just don't want them to happen to me. And usually, hopefully Sony will take care of those people who are having issues. But overall, first impressions, I'm going to be spending a lot of time on this. All the clips that you saw in this video were actually edited before I ever rendered them on my computer. They were pre-edited on the PS5, which is a really cool feature that you're able to just take the last 15 to 30 seconds of whatever you did and save it on your console. If you have a way to get you that footage to your computer, boom, you can make a gaming video that easy on whatever game you want to play. It's just incredible innovation in terms of, trying to make content creators' lives much easier, which kind of makes me go full circle back to this video. If you're thinking about becoming content creator, video, whatever, podcaster, YouTuber, Twitch streamer, whatever, you don't need that much to get started. I have a $15 light that I use. I am using my phone for this video. You had a good time, right? I mean, was the content fine? I mean, I hope it was. PS5 is not just the future of gaming, it is the future of content creation, period. You have a built-in video editor right there at your fingertips. It just is going to make your life way easier whenever you go to edit your videos, if you're able to, kind of forward think and plan a little bit. So there you have it. Follow your dreams, work hard, be humble, the end. So that's going to wrap it up for me today. I hope you liked this video. I hope my thoughts were concise. Sometimes I kind of talk around myself, you know what I mean? But I can't help it, you know what I mean? Like I'm just a wannabe who likes to give his opinion. I'd like to give a shout out to Pop Cult USA for giving me this dope Miller High Life hat, as well as this dope Battletoad shirt. I'm repping the purple tie-dye. You know what I mean? Like, I love repping the purple tie-dye Battletoad shirt. Also, if I seem like a complete spaz today, it's because I've been drinking Raze Energy today. They've been keeping me going. I've recorded a few videos. I've done a few things today, and it's all because of the sweet, sweet high that I get from drinking Raze Energy. So thank you so much to Raze as well. If you use my personal code _wannabecritic on both of those sites, both sites linked down below, popcultusa.com and rappsports.com, you use my code _wannabecritic, you're going to get 15% off your order at Raze Energy, and then you're also going to get 30% off your entire order at Pop Cult. So, you know, do me a favor, put in a good word for me, help me be relevant with that company so that they'll still be friends with me, you know, continuing forward. That's going to wrap up our video today. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all the support. I really appreciate it. Don't forget, we have another channel where, you know, I talk about music, do music reviews and things like that. You know, I've kind of done that on this channel, but I'm moving it to another channel because this channel is going to be like gaming and podcasts and stuff like that. I like to do a bunch of different things, but I'm just excited. I'm excited to be creating, and the iPhone 12, it takes pretty good video, you know, surprisingly. Videos have been taken good. There's been good video on iPhones since like their inception. So there you go. That truly is going to wrap it up for me today. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you for preparing yourselves for a plethora of hot takes and potentially unpopular opinions. I am Gabriel Fast. I will always be the wannabe critic.